Broadcasting from the basement of La Penta, this is WICR.
Hello, everyone. We have an excellent show for you today. It is absolutely the most wonderful time of the year. And why is that? That is because we have college basketball season, March Madness, fellas. How's it going? First, how's your week been, and how are you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. Can't complain on this side.
Yeah, well, I hope you guys are excited as I am about college basketball. My gosh, I absolutely love this time of the year.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's fun to watch.
The best 3 weeks of my life are coming up right now.
March Madness. Huh?
March Madness. Oh, just the words are making me absolutely go insane. Oh, I can't believe this. Well, we have an excellent show for you today. Of our 3 segments, 2 of them are devoted to college basketball. I love this. Oh, absolutely love this. All right, so Selection Sunday is coming up this Sunday, 6 p.m. The brackets will get announced.
Yep.
And in our first segment, we are going to be talking about what we think will be on the brackets and who our number 1 seeds are. So, are we all in agreement that Florida is going to be the overall number 1 seed?
Yes, most definitely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
The Gators absolutely deserve it. That they went 29-2 this season, 18-0 in the regular season. It's the first time that a team has gone 18-0 in the SEC regular season since they expanded the regular season to 18 games 28 years ago. In 28 years, this year's Florida Gators, the first team to go undefeated in the regular season. That right there, give them props, right there. I mean,
I think it all comes down to Billy Donovan.
Yeah. Oh, Billy Donovan is an excellent coach.
Yeah.
He absolutely knows how to win and knows how to get the best out of his players, and I think that's definitely seen by his 2 national championships.
Yeah, he's experienced.
Exactly. And he's taken Florida to their last 3 Elite 8.
Mm-hmm.
So
They've been there before.
They definitely have tournament experience. And their 2 losses were they lost to Wisconsin in December by 6, 59-53. Or no, November actually. And UConn by 1 on December 2nd. This team hasn't lost in 4 months. I mean,
consistency is key.
Yep, absolutely. And so both of those losses were to ranked teams. Wisconsin was number 20 when they played. UConn was number 12. They're both still ranked now and doing well, and will probably get top 6 seeds in the tournament. So definitely. Now I know that
not losing a game in 4 months, that shows a lot. That's what you need when it comes to March Madness time, because it's one bad game and you're done.
Yeah,
you go home.
Bad game and
so it's all about staying consistent and not losing in 4 months, like you said. Ian's a really good point. That shows that they're capable of winning continuously back to back to back, and that's what's key.
Exactly. Night in and night out, these guys put in at least enough to get a win. Mm-hmm. And really, come tournament time, it doesn't have to be pretty. You don't have to win by 30, 40, 50. You don't need style points. Any way you got to win, you got to win. And that's exactly what Florida does. I mean, even talking about a back-to-back, they in December, around mid-December, they beat Kansas and Memphis back-to-back games. I mean, that's pretty typical of what the tournament is like, especially maybe that second weekend with the Sweet 16 and Elite 8. That could definitely be a Sweet 16 and Elite 8 back-to-back matchups. So not Kansas, sorry. Florida definitely knows what to do. They beat Kentucky twice, who's a young and athletic team. I mean, a lot of people, thought that Kentucky was a surefire Final Four team at the beginning of the year. So that's definitely a feather in Florida's cap. So Sean, Armand, any more thoughts on Florida?
I mean, I think Florida's gonna be good. They have good senior leadership in Patrick Young and Scotty. Scotty I can't say his last name. Wilbekin. So, and I've been impressed by Casey Prather. He's a really good shooter.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He's coming into his own as a freshman, which is pretty hard to do.
14.6 per game.
Yeah, it's pretty good. 60% from the field. So that just shows a lot. That's showing that, like when these seniors go, that Billy Donovan will still have an elite team because he has a good upcoming surge of freshmen and sophomores. And Michael Frazier, too, who's a sophomore, has been playing really good. One of the best free throw shooters in the country. So that just shows a lot. And that's all I'm going to say. Sean, what do you have to say?
I mean, yeah, like you said, this team right now is definitely one of the, to me, a shoo-in for this NCAA. And I feel like they have a good youthful roster with a lot of people who can produce and put numbers up in all categories. You have, like you said before, Michael Frazier. You have just talent overall.
Exactly. And you know what else is really good about Florida? When you watch them play, they're really effective when handling every possession. They shoot really good shots. They're really good from the field. I never see them shooting under 50. They usually shoot over 50% as a ball club, which is pretty hard to do. And Billy Donovan does not kid around. They play as a team. They play with chemistry. This is a championship ball club right here, and I think that they're gonna make noise and they're gonna win the Final Four.
Well, we'll get to our predictions of what we think will happen in the tournament in our segment too. So who is gonna join Florida on that top line? Well, right now, ranked number 2, right behind Florida, is Wichita State, undefeated, 34-0, the first team to enter the tournament undefeated since the 1991 UNLV Runnin' Rebels. But a lot of people think that Wichita State didn't play. Their strength of schedule is not the best.
Yeah.
Granted, obviously, I know that. But do you guys think that they deserve a number 1 seed?
I do, but I don't see them. At best, I see them getting to the Sweet 16.
Well, now a number 1 seed doesn't mean that they think.
No, they deserve it. Absolutely, 34 and 0.
I mean, you could come up with a plethora of excuses as to why they have the number 1 seed, but
34 and 0, they should have it.
They should have it, and you can get beaten on any given night. So really, 34 and 0 is impressive.
But do I think But do I think that they are capable of being a 1 seed in this league? No, I do not. The record shows it. But honestly, they should be like a 3 or 4 when it comes to their overall talent as a ball club.
Think about it in
If
terms.
we're like in the ACC or the Big East or the Pac, it'd be a totally different story. But they still would be a really good team. Not taking nothing away from them. They probably go like 22 and they probably go like 24 and 9.
Hi, this is David Wright, and you're listening to WICR.
I mean, when it comes to that though, I mean, you look at their roster. I mean, it was filled with high school kids, people who were like red shirts, transfers and stuff like that, and then the very few people who stayed from the remaining team were playing very limited minutes in the previous season. So to take what they have and to accomplish what they have accomplished is remarkable in itself.
The only thing that's scary about a team like this, they want to make a statement. They play in the
Missouri Valley Conference.
Missouri Valley, yeah. They play in not one of the best conferences in the league. So, but a team like this, they're 34 and 0. They're motivated. They're determined. They're gonna play with that intensity and fire. While some teams might think that who are better in the bigger conferences like Big East and ACC might take advantage of them. Like they might not, you know what I mean? So I just think this team has the firepower to make noise, but I don't think they will.
Look at what they did last year. As a 9 seed, they went to the Final Four.
Exactly.
And they took Louisville in the semifinal game in the Final Four to the brink. I mean, they were up on the Cardinals
and they beat Doug McDermott.
Right, for much of the game. So I mean, this team is certainly capable of making a run and have proven that they could play with the big boys. They did it last year. Now, granted, their schedule this year that they didn't really play anybody too good. They won at St. Louis 70-66, and they beat Tennessee 70-61. So I mean, those are two decent quality wins.
St. Louis is a pretty good win.
Yeah.
They like 17 or 20. There's something. They're in the top 25. I know that.
Yeah, they were, I think, as high as maybe 12, and then they've lost a few games since then and have dropped. But they're
still in there.
They are certainly a top 25, top 30 caliber team. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. They'll probably get like a fourth or a fifth seed. Probably a fifth, I think.
I'm thinking 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking 5 or 6.
That's what they were last year too, I think.
They were 4 seed last year.
Okay.
They were 4 seed last year. Yeah, and lost in their second game, which very much disappointed me. I had them going to the Elite Eight. But anyway, that's besides the point. So, are we all in agreement that Wichita State deserves a number 1 seed?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we've got 2 1 seeds ironed out. We have 2 left. A lot of people are thinking that Arizona is going to get another one of the other number 1 seeds. Are we buying into the Wildcats as a for their number 1 seed bid? 28-3.
Yeah.
15-3 in the Pac-12. Their losses, they lost at Cal 60-58, at Arizona State 69-66 in double overtime, and then just this week at Oregon 64-57.
Yeah, that loss killed me. I love Arizona. They're one of my favorite teams.
And not to mention,
this bracket.
Yeah, the impressive victories they've had. They've beaten teams such as Duke, Michigan, San Diego State.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This team is really fun to watch too, like Florida, but from the standpoint they make some highlight film plays. Like they're Brandon Ashley, Aaron Gordon, they can dunk pretty good, and they're just fun to watch around the rim. They play with that young intensity and fire, and I think they can make noise. Definite 1 seed, most definite.
Yeah, Arizona has been near the top for pretty much the entire season, and they were ranked number 1 for a while. So I think definitely the Wildcats out of the Pac-12 definitely should get one of the 1 seeds. So now that brings us to our 4th 1 seed. Geez, we are all unanimous here, but now comes the debate.
Yep.
I think a lot of people are thinking that those 3 teams, Florida, Wichita State, and Arizona, are pretty much guaranteed locks for the 1 seed. But now there starts the debate for the 4th 1 seed. I mean, you've got teams such as Villanova, Michigan, Duke, potentially, Syracuse, all, flirting with...
What about Louisville?
Louisville, yeah.
26-5.
Yeah.
Beat Ohio State last year.
No. Louisville won the national championship, but no, Ohio State lost to Wichita State in the Elite Eight, and then Wichita State lost to Louisville. But you're talking in the tournament, right? Sean?
Oh, yeah. I guess I was wrong.
Yeah.
My mistakes.
Okay. No, that's fine. So, all right. I think that if Louisville can win the American Athletic Conference tournament, I think that the selection committee might look favorably to them, potentially for that final number 1 seed. I mean, their losses were to Kentucky, North Carolina, Memphis twice, and Cincinnati. All of them ranked teams at the time that they beat Louisville. So I think that is definite. That Louisville definitely has a strong bid for the 1 seed. But I think that right now, Joe Lunardi, as his 4th number 1 seed, he has Villanova, 28-3 overall, 16-2 in the Big East. Their 3 losses came twice to Creighton, and once to Syracuse.
Yeah, I think Louisville should be that fourth number 1 seed over Villanova. I think Villanova will get it, unfortunately, but I think Louisville deserves it.
Sean?
Well, I'm gonna go with Duke.
And why is that? Let's hear some reasoning for this.
Well, I'm going with Duke simply because of Jabari Parker. Great player. They have Coach K, great coach. And honestly, that's really it. Although
they have
the number.
though.
I mean, they have the number 3 seed in the ACC right now. I mean, that's not really what you expect from a team that's a contender. However,
I hate to say it, but Virginia deserves it before Duke.
You think Virginia deserves it before Duke?
Yeah. Huh. Right, Ian?
I'm not sold on Virginia.
I'm not sold on, but I'm saying from the overall standpoint.
Yes, Virginia did go 16-2 in the ACC.
Do I think Virginia's gonna do better than Duke in this year's March Madness? No, I do not. But at this point, Virginia has the edge.
But I think one thing that you might have to look at. Well, one thing you're gonna have to look at is how they fare in this weekend's ACC tournament.
Oh, yeah, that is big.
If I think whoever wins that, if it's one of the top 4 seeds, Syracuse, Virginia, Duke, or North Carolina.
I don't think North Carolina can.
Yeah, I think that might be a little bit of me being a Carolina fan.
Yeah, me too, man. My
Yeah.
favorite player came out of North Carolina.
Yeah. Oh,
Vince
God.
Carter.
It's always got to be a Vince Carter reference.
Yeah.
So, but I think really Virginia, Syracuse, or Duke, if one of them wins the ACC tournament, I think that they have you could make a case for them to be a 1 seed. But I think that another team that you have to watch out for is Michigan to be a 1 seed.
Oh, yeah.
Michigan.
I'll talk about them later.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that they'll come up in our picks later, but they won the outright Big Ten title in the regular season, and if they win the Big Ten tournament this weekend, they make an awfully strong case for being a 1 seed.
I mean, I think they're definitely going to win. There's a lot of good teams in the Big Ten. They would have to worry about Indiana.
Right. In Indiana, Ohio State, Wisconsin, Iowa, Michigan State. The Big Ten is loaded.
Yeah.
And I think that's why they should.
I think Michigan State can make noise too.
Oh, absolutely. Never count out Tom Izzo. Never count out Tom Izzo.
I like Adrian Payne too.
Yep.
Great forward.
Yeah. And Keith Appling.
Oh, yeah.
Keith Appling. He's a winner.
Player.
He's an absolute winner.
Yeah.
And I mean, whenever I watch a Michigan State game with Dick Vitale announcing, and if he gets talking about their tournament prospects, every single time he's saying never count out Tom Izzo and the Spartans, and I think that
Dick Vitale's the man.
That Izzo knows how to get his team rallied for this time of year, and so yeah, certainly they can make noise. But Michigan won the competitive Big Ten by 3 games. I think that's a very impressive
statement.
Impressive statement as to why they could make a case for a number 1 seed. Well, we have to move on to our second segment, so we will take a quick break, and then we'll be making predictions of what we think might be some forecasts for the tournament coming up. So stick around for that.
We'll be back.